Welcome, Dark Travellers, to another episode of Damnable Delvings, where I delve into the damnable world of horror media. And today is an Abominable Book Club unboxing. Yes, I have another Full Guts box that has arrived today, and I'm going to open it with you for you to have a look at. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's watched my Halloween video and subscribed because of that. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I've got more videos coming up in the next few months that you will find as interesting as that one. I've just loaded one about portmanteau movies, which is well worth watching. But let's get on with opening up the Abominable Book Club box. What do we have in here? Let me open it towards you so you get the excitement today. There we are. And that's not thrilling because all you can see is cream. So let's see what we have here. Weirdly, I think it might be like a tea towel or a tote bag or something. It is a tote bag. Zombrain, for brains that crunch and never rot. Zombran always hits the spot. They are coming to get you, hunger. That's good, isn't it? Look at that. Never had a tote bag before, so I'm quite pleased with this. Lovely, great stuff. Let's pop that to one side. Nice to put things into. So I can see some books. I can also see the treats. Let's do the treats now, shall we? And get those out of the way. We have some salted caramel popcorn from Popcorn Shed. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Very nice. We also have some more salted toffee apple popcorn from Popcorn Shed. Not so much, but I know people that will want that. What else do we have in here? We obviously have our mystery book. It's definitely a paperback this time, but we'll put that to one side for the time being. And we have our drinks. They're normally roughly the same sort of thing, but we'll see what we've got. We'll make it nice and quick. We have a Lion's coffee bag, but it's Perkadilly number 4. I don't think I've had that one before. We have some Dorset tea, strawberries and cream. We have a Twinings Everyday tea bag. We have some more hot chocolate, particularly getting to the time of year when a nice hot chocolate is something you appreciate, and a Nescafe bag. So we'll pop those back into here, and I'll put them in my little pot that I have in the kitchen full of all the instant drinks. To one side. So let's see what books we have. Now, I understand there is the possibility of a special book plate, but apparently it's only about 1 in 5 people that are getting that special book plate. So we're going to find out together if I've managed to get that. But first of all, we have a hardback, Coup de Grace by Sophia Ajram. A stunner, says Hayley Piper. The literary equivalent of high fever delirium, said Andrew Joseph White. Alienating, exquisite and disturbing, a poem in blood and concrete, said Gretchen Felker Martin. There's lots and lots of quotes on the back of here. Cassandra Core said, one hell of a debut. So a slim little book, slim little hardback. Vicken has a plan. Throw himself into the St. Lawrence River in Montreal and end it all for good, believing it will be the only way out for him after a lifetime of depression and pain. But, stepping off the subway, he finds himself in an endless, looping station. Determined to find a way out again, he starts to explore the rooms and corridors ahead of him. But no matter how many claustrophobic hallways or vast cathedral-esque rooms he passes through, the exit is nowhere in sight. The more he explores his strange new prison, the more he becomes convinced he hasn't been trapped there accidentally, and among the shadows and concrete, he comes to realise that he is almost certainly not alone. A terrifying psychological nightmare from a powerful new voice in horror. Yes, one of the most powerful books I've ever been lost inside, said Daniel Krauss. Yeah, Sophia Ajram is a metalsmith, writer and editor who specialises in feverish stories of anomalous architecture and queer pining. He is the editor of Bury Your Gaze, an anthology of tragic queer horror. She has also given lectures on contemporary horror films at Monstrum Montreal and serves as a moderator on Horror on Reddit. Sophia lives in Montreal with her cat Isa. I'm assuming that was I'm assuming that saying he is the editor was a little bit of a spelling, a typographical error. So, no hope, no exit. That looks good. That's good. Nice little slim book. Lovely cover. Doesn't necessarily scream horror. Screams more dark thriller, but I like it nonetheless. Put that to one side. We also have another book called Disturbance by Jenna Chalk. Wonderfully witchy, said Chloe Ashby. Unsettling atmospheric, said Harriet Tice. Blazing with female rage, said Charlene Tao. Propulsive and Wry, this razor-sharp debut for fans of boy parts and My Year of Rest and Relaxation explores the ways that relationships and trauma can haunt our lives. As the sun sets on a feverishly hot July evening, a young woman witnesses two teenage boys carrying out what looks like an occult ritual to banish an ex-boyfriend. Did I say two boys? Two girls, two teenage girls carrying out what looks like an occult ritual to banish an ex-boyfriend. Desperate to expel memories of her own abusive ex, the woman becomes entangled with the teenagers, and the three of them experiment with nascent supernatural powers that blur the boundaries of reality. When the cracks and hums of her apartment escalate into something more violent, she realises she may have brought her boyfriend's presence, whether psychological or paranormal, back to haunt her. Very interesting. Again, not necessarily a cover that screams horror, but it looks very interesting. Put that to one side. We have a nice little letter here from Sophia Adram about coup de grace. So I'll place that with the book. We have here a book plate, a signed book plate from Sophia Adram, which I will stick in the book. Have a nice little sticker here. Mutation facts. 30 servings per calorie, serving size 1 sol, calories 666. It's like a funny little sticker that just suggests a humorous food fact. Oh, and we have, oh, that's cute, a little coup de grace sort of metro ticket, train ticket, valid for 1 round trip only, non-transferable. That's super cute, actually. Like a lovely little sort of like special bookmark. We also have 3 bookmarks, one advertising the official novelisation of Session 9. I don't know if you've seen Session 9, but if you haven't and you like a disturbing psychological horror film, I highly recommend it. I believe it was, 23 years. Good gracious, is it really that old? I believe it was filmed in a real abandoned asylum. If I remember correctly, but I am going off my memory here, so don't quote me on that. We also have Bad Luck Isn't brought by broken mirrors, but by broken minds. And this relates to Suspiria, the original. I can't say if it's the best. I imagine it is the best, but I've not seen the remake of Suspiria, so I don't know for definite. And then another classic Abominable Book Club bookmark. It looks like I did not receive the special book plate, but never mind. You know, that means someone else will have got it. And finally, we have this. The special book. What will it be? Will it be a horror? Will it be a thriller? We don't know. Will it be a ghost story? How old will it be? Let's find out. I've just realised, actually, there's no bits in the box this time. Normally there's lots of sort of chopped up little bits of paper. There's nothing in there this time. Perhaps people complained about the mess. Well, all I've seen so far is black and red, so that's exciting. It is Mr. X by Peter Straub. Well, it's definitely a horror. Peter Straub, who I think we lost quite recently, didn't we? When Peter Straub turns on all his jets, no one in the Scream Factory can equal him, says Stephen King. Let's see how old this is. This is a 2001 paperback edition of a 1999 book. Weirdly, it does feel older than that. I don't know, although it doesn't have the kind of glorious, over-the-top artwork you would expect of an earlier horror novel. But Peter Straub's was a little bit classier than the average horror novelist. Every year on his birthday, Ned Dunstan has a paralysing seizure in which he is forced to witness scenes of a ruthless slaughter perpetrated by a mysterious figure in black whom he calls Mr. X. Now, with his birthday fast approaching, Ned has been drawn back to his home of Edgerton, Illinois, by a premonition that his mother is dying. On her deathbed, she imparts to him the name of his long-absent father and warns him that he is in grave danger. Despite her foreboding, he embarks on a search through Edgerton's past for a truth behind his own identity and that of his entirely fantastic family. But when Ned becomes the lead suspect in 3 violent deaths, he begins to realise that he is not the only one who has come home. Apparently this marked Straub's triumphant return to the tales of the paranormal and supernatural. No one is better than Straub at having whole communities rocked by the forces of wickedness, said the Observer. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? Oh, small the writing now. Look how small the writing is. So that is this month's Abominable Book Club. Let me know what you thought. I am quite pleased with it. I do like these little hardback books, these little sort of novella length hardbacks. I think they're quite classy, aren't they? So yeah, a nice little selection this month. Looking forward to see what we get in the future, as always. But thank you very much for joining me for this opening. Thank you very much to my new subscribers for subscribing, and I hope to see more of you in the future. Check out my other videos if you want to, and thank you for coming along. Read more horror fiction, watch horror movies, stay creepy, and be the best person you can be. So long.